Hello, my name is Michael Bray. This is the week 4 assignment, Enterprise Data Management Plan. At JetBlue, understanding the importance and the need to be able to apply data analytics to how our passengers and customers book their flights will provide tremendous opportunities in the marketing department of our company. Once the EDM plan is implemented and extracts the data that is used for us, decision making can be data-driven with accurate assumptions. This presentation and associated white paper further explain how the Enterprise Data Management Plan would accomplish this. The 4 pillars of an EDM plan. First is governance. When dealing with customer passengers' identities and personal information that is crucial to our success at JetBlue, data governance must establish a standard and controls for policies that are enforced throughout the EDM lifecycle. Quoted here, the EDM governance component helps define clear and consistent objectives for data creation, acquisition, cleansing, persistence, and dissemination. From there, we move on to a policy and the framework that works to establish rigorous guidelines which include standard data nomenclature and definitions. Along with that, data ownership is assigned, which encompasses maintenance and accountability. We move on to process. A process model defines how the policy framework is implemented on a day-to-day basis from a procedural perspective. Items that make up the policy are acquisition, transformation, and validation, which are driven and surrounded by security and business requirements being met, which is all encompassed within the ETL portion of the EDM. From there, the data application and tools are utilized to support the data warehouse, which will feed the business intelligence tools. Lastly, you have to have technology requirements and improvements. Improvements in existing data management technologies and maturing data management tool sets are required for the data migration portion of the ETL process, as well as to support the lifecycle of the EDM plan. In review, governance, policy, processes, and technology all make up the pillars of this EDM plan. The EDM plan overview describes how the data will be incorporated from the sources, as you can see coming from the left, and it gets imported into the ETL procedures. From there, the data is going to be brought over to the data warehouse, where the data is stored and prepped to be sent to our BI platform for reporting and other features. As you can see, as I mentioned previously, business requirements, security, and data governance all dictate what happened in between the ETL and data warehouse portions of this EDM plan. It all has to work together and it has to ensure that we are enforcing the proper policies and procedures. The data warehouse architecture schema. After extensive research between Snowflake and Star schemas, I've decided that Star schema will be the best option for data modeling moving forward. While the drawbacks of data duplication can and will occur, the structure is easier to construct and utilizes a top-down approach instead of a bottom-up approach. Quoted here, it is the simplest form of data warehouse schema that contains one or more dimensions and our staffing plans. Staffing plans here, we first must determine business requirements. We must procure a software tool that will address the needs for online booking requirements through JetBlue. Next, we must establish our current landscape. I have to anticipate what the current workforce is. Assuming JetBlue has a small workforce of business analysts and BI professionals based on the Customer 360 system that is powered by the projected cost and analysis timeline. Projected cost and timeline for this EDM plan is projected to be 2 years and an average of $75,000 a year, based on an enterprise level. The pricing has been leveraged from 3 top choices previously research of IBM, Cloudera, and Teradata, all 3 of which offer data warehouse, ETL, and BI capabilities. The biggest factors here is going to be how much storage we're going to need and which software or tool provides the least amount of new features and processes to be trained to our employees. What is going to be the easiest to employ, and what makes our company the best? Which software set allows us to tap into more potential? The length of the time of the project is based on projected data migration issues, implementation, training of the new software, and verification of the process and policies previously discussed. Expected benefits. By installing an EDM plan that encompasses a data migration and implementation via an ETL process, which is stored in our data warehouse, JetBlue will be able to provide data analytics via BI tools that will improve decision making. The expected result of improving the online booking process from JetBlue.com will provide in-depth analysis as to how a consumer or passenger books their flights. This will enhance the ability to track when a flight is booked and when the flight actually occurs, which will be compared to price points for each time. Also, it will allow us to view where the majority of our booking originates from and where the majority of our destination flights are demanded. This implementation of this process improves the marketing ability to target our passengers in frequent flyers area. Once we have this data, the specific areas can be targeted with improved pricing options to take advantage of the region that our booking originates from. The successful marketing, attracting new customers, will in turn lead to better profits and revenue. In conclusion, with proper planning and projection of software tools developed from business requirements, appropriate staffing needs met, and improved vendor for requested services, which are all dictated by our data governance policies and procedures, this EDM plan can provide an upgrade to our current decision-making process by streamlining accurate and targeted data to push the boundaries of our passengers that book with JetBlue. Thank you very much.